What is up, guys? Welcome back to another update on the Talon. As you guys saw, it runs. Well, it runs pretty good. As of the moment, it runs pretty good. I do have like a small oil leak. Nothing too serious. I'll show you guys where it's coming from. Off camera, I did do the timing and the water pump and all of that, and it came out pretty well. Besides that, I did have some problems, which it will turn on, but it was stuck in open loop. And the main reason for staying in open loop, it was because my front O2 sensor wasn't cycling at all. So I replaced it with one of my spare ones, and it didn't really do anything. And I found the wiring right here was kind of burnt and really messed up. Honestly, it looks like someone actually tried to do a repair right here. But yeah, one of the pins inside it was like burnt, so I replaced it and it works now. So this is temporary at the moment, just so I can turn the car on. Also, so you guys can see, I put my Talon front bumper on. This is from one of my other cars. Since this car had the Eclipse front end on it, I really wanted to just make it a Talon, of course, because it is a Talon. But yeah, I have to restore the headlights on it. Right now it doesn't fit that properly because the front mount intercooler that's on it is really, I wouldn't say it was meant for the Eclipse front end, but whoever installed it, the position right now, it was meant for the Eclipse front end. But we're going to be replacing the intercooler anyways. I have a better ETS one that is way bigger and it just fits way nicer. So today we're going to be mostly taking all of this apart. Like the battery's junk. This piping, like I said, we're going to be replacing it, but I want to take the intake off. We're going to be swapping the turbo for the OEM 16G that I have. We're going to be replacing the radiator, all the cooling hoses, fixing all the wiring, all the vacuum lines. The fans too right now is just running like a single, I don't know if you guys can see, it's running like a single Mishimoto fan. And I actually have the stock fans for it, so we'll put those back on because the stock ones are actually really good. I've used them before and I ran with just one of them and I've never had an overheating issue before. But yeah, pretty happy that it runs. It sounds pretty healthy too. So yeah, let's start getting this thing apart and alright guys, I got the intake manifold out, some of the wiring too, I moved it out. I got the AC compressor out, which is right here. And I took the pulley section out because I noticed this thing is pretty messed up, honestly. So we might replace it if I can find one. We'll see. I didn't notice also that it's missing the AC line, the main one that goes from Let me see if I can see from down here all the way to on top of the AC compressor. So we'll see, but yeah, I got most of this stuff out. I just gotta clean the gaskets and all of that, and we'll start replacing everything with new gaskets, new hoses. I am gonna be fixing the wiring a little bit because it is a little bit mangled, not gonna lie. But yeah, gotta clean the intake manifold, clean some of this stuff out, and start putting it back together, at least the intake side with all the new hoses. I still have to take out the turbo and all of this stuff and start cleaning stuff up. But yeah, so far so good. Nothing too serious. I think I'm gonna do like a small wire tuck. I'll show you guys what I do with it just to clean it up a little bit better. But yeah, let's keep going. All right, so far I got the intake manifold on, the fuel injectors, the fuel rail, and all the coolant lines right here. They're all on. My fuel lines too. I got the fuel pressure regulator right here. So far, everything's going good. Some of the wiring too, I already cleaned it up a little bit in the back. The next step is going to be working on the turbo side. I have to remove the hose down there for this cooling line. It's kind of hard to see. And then I also have to replace this other cooling line right here. And I have to take the oil filter out to replace the O-ring, this O-ring right here. So this sits between the oil filter sandwich plate, I guess you can call it. This coolant goes through it, but it is known to leak. I had this happen on my DSM, and it was kind of scary because I don't know, it just leaked almost all the oil. But yep, gotta replace that, and after that I'll be able to start working on the turbo side. So yeah, let's keep going and get this car done. All right guys, so I got the oil filter sandwich out, and this is the old O-ring that was in there, and you can see it's pretty flat. And usually what happens is the bolt that goes through here, it gets loosened up. So every time you take the oil filter out, it'll loosen up a little bit and it'll start leaking oil from here. So I went ahead and replaced the O-ring already, and I'm cleaning the bolt that goes through here. And I usually put some blue Loctite on it on the other end that goes to the block right here, and usually that will prevent the issue from it from backing out. So yeah, I should be done pretty soon. I did replace the coolant hoses too, which is this one and this other one, just that way they don't leak. Cause yeah, these old ones were pretty swollen up, and they're just, yeah, like these things are just bad. So yeah, let's keep going. All right, so we got the turbo kit on. I did decide to go with the FP manifold just because the package is just way better. I got the oil feed line. I thought it was not gonna fit, but fits pretty decent. I did leave the screamer pipe, I guess you can call it. It's just external, or the internal gate will just externally dump. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the turbo. The next thing we got to do is install this. This is like I think it's like an old school ETS front mount intercooler setup. So the one I had on the previous one, it was kind of beat up and it routed the other way around. This one is a short route intercooler. However, we do have to modify a little bit here in the front. I just have to cut right here and then down straight, and then this pipe will just go through here. So yeah, let's get that done and then install this intercooler on. All right guys, so I got the intercooler installed. I had to modify a little bit of the bracket and right here to make it fit perfect, and so far seems pretty good. I got the intake side right here. I still have to fabricate for the turbo side right here. So I still got to install the radiator and the fans and then make sure everything clears. Also on the elbow right here, I have to weld on this intake air temperature bung. That's just for the IAT sensor, since this car is running on speed density. But yeah, so far it's turning out pretty good. Nothing major, honestly. Like I said, I still have to fix a few little wires on it, but yeah, we're making pretty good progress. I think I got a lot done on this video, so thanks for watching, guys. The next video, hopefully I should have it all wrapped up and we can start moving more into the interior, and then eventually we'll start moving into the exterior and making the car look decent. But thanks for watching again. Make sure you guys subscribe so you guys can keep up with the car. Follow me on Instagram if you want to see more updates on all my cars. That's where I usually post more. But thank you guys. See you on the next one.